magkaugnay, paaralang tahanan, nagkakaisa. Isang layunin, edukasyon susulong.
Handang isip, handang tulong.
Tulong, kaya ahon, pag-aaral pagtulan, walang iwanan. Tayo lilipat, tayo angat, anuman ang hamon. Tulong, agila, di pa rin nabutin mga pangarap mo. Tulong, agila, sulong edukalidad, Dabawenyo.
Welcome to Davao Region Dunong Aguila in support of the Comprehensive Region-Led Learning Continuity Plan. I Teach, integrating technology, academic community, and the household, ensuring every learner is safe and protected anytime, anywhere. Anchored on Sulong Edukalidad, this is DepEd Regional Office 11, delivering quality education across Davao Region.
Lumikha ng pagbabago, kaya natin to. Kabataang Dabawenyo, kaya natin to. Dunong Agila, liparin abutin mga pangarap mo. Dunong Agila, liparin abutin mga pangarap mo. Dunong Agila, sulong kabataang Dabawenyo.
Kabataang magaling bihit ka, mga Dabawenyo sa akin makinig ka. Sulong edukalidad na ligtas, at sabay-sabay nating ibigkas. Ang sulong kabataang Dabawenyo.
Good day to our listeners and viewers. Welcome to our program, Dunong Agila. You can join us in our discussion here in Brigada 91.5 FM radio and also in FB Live here in Brigada News Davao. We are your teacher broadcasters. I'm Cleo Albay from Maa National High School.
And I am Liza Teresa Toledo.
We will be discussing sports for grade 11 course subject in health optimizing physical education 2 or HOPE 2.
And we will cover lessons on the different types, nature, and categories of sports and how these are being played. And also, in getting engaged in sports, how it can help in the management and handling one's stress. Teacher Cleo, let us start by discussing the definition of sports.
Sports is generally recognized as system of activities based in physical athleticism or physical dexterity. Sports are activities that require physical actions and skills in which an individual or team competes against another or others. It is performed under a set of rules or customs which serve to ensure fair competition and allow consistent adjudication of the winner. Competition can be through casual or organized participation, at least in part aimed to use, maintain, or improve physical ability and skills while providing enjoyment to participants and, in some cases, entertainment for spectators. So, Teacher Liz, do you have any particular sports you like? Have you competed in a sports competition?
Oh yes, years and years ago though. I was once a well-rounded athlete and participated in volleyball, badminton, table tennis, and even did sprints and relays on the track and field. You were also an athlete, right? There are pictures of you playing during your younger years.
Yes,
that.
I have. But
Oh!
you see the picture?
Yeah. Wow. You must have been in your teens.
That was in grade 9, or that's third year. That's third year before. Now it's grade 9. So if I'm grade 9, what?
That's a rare picture.
Very. Here's another one. Ano, not that one. That one.
Wow.
That's
Where was
me.
that played?
Marbel, South Cotabato.
Ay, that was good. Before, we used to have big fields.
Yes.
Where we could play. But I couldn't find that now.
Yeah.
There
but
are
now,
more buildings and lesser playing fields.
that is right. Okay, so those were the days.
The PTA, could you remember that?
Yes, I have a picture of PTA.
Everybody would converge there.
I have
All
a
the
picture of
stores
PTA.
during the
Yes,
Kaa.
yes. I was still studying at RMC at the time. I'm also going to give you a picture on that. That was still the PTA before, when it was not yet burned down. Now, PTA is already People's Park.
People's Park,
Yes.
Oh,
So,
we did calisthenics there.
a lot. All the time.
Well, volleyball is such an exciting team sport, and speaking of such, we can categorize it into three. On one hand, individual or single sports, as it suggests, involves only one participant or representative, while dual or double sports, on the other hand, are played by two individuals against another pair.
While there is only a handful of sports that are really dual in category, many individual sports are classified in the dual category too. One example is tennis. Athletes generally compete in singles play. However, there are also doubles play categories.
That is right. Badminton and table tennis have both individual and dual categories. And the third category is the team sports. These are played by at least two teams, each having two or more players. Just like your signature sport, volleyball.
Yes, that is correct. But here in the Philippines, the most popular example of team sports is basketball. Do you agree?
Yes. But there are others where we even excel in international competitions, like the Little League Baseball, softball, women in fact, and soccer, the ASCALs. We have, of course, a lot more.
Well, let us not forget that relays in swimming or track and field are team efforts as well. Which category would you like to play, Teacher Liz? Individual, dual, or team sports?
I can only answer that once I get visually reminded to jog up my memory. I mean, imagine, that was years ago.
Yes, I know. I see the picture.
Shall we try to do an activity? Focus on your screens now.
For those students who are watching or listening, we are encouraging you to join us in doing the activity.
For directions, fill in each box with the advantages and disadvantages of playing each category of the given sport.
We'll have 30 seconds to do the activity. Are you ready? Let us start the timer.
Time is up. Are we done answering, Teacher Cleo? Well, for me, a player's success or failure in individual sports is totally dependent on his or her own ability. Individual sports athletes are completely responsible for their every play and cannot call on the help of others. It is an advantage because this builds coping skills and strengthens resilience while developing self-esteem and boosting confidence.
Well, the dynamic of team sports is even more different than individual or dual sports because of the cooperation and specialization of roles on teams. Being part of a team can be one of the most rewarding things a person can do. The camaraderie, the character building, and of course, the teamwork. These are just some of the positives of being part of a team.
In team sports, players have to work closely together to win. There is no single person who can carry the rest of the team by him or herself only.
And there's nothing like watching a team come together for a big victory. There is no I and only we in a team.
Absolutely right. The disadvantage of playing in a team, however, is that you cannot take all the credit in winning. Unlike in individual sports where you can bask singly in all the glory.
That's for sure. But playing in individual sports can be too much of a responsibility for me. I like to have teammates to share some of its pressure.
Our discussion on the advantages and disadvantages in the different categories of sports is certainly insightful. But in the final analysis, it is still up to our preferences as to what sport we would like to engage in. There are different types of sports that we can choose from. What are these, Teacher Cleo?
Sports are classified either according to the primary equipment used or to the setting where it is played. Some examples of different types of sports like number 1, ball sports. Number 2, strength and combat sports. Number 3, endurance and track sports. And number 4, water, snow, and ice sports.
For ball sports, it is a type of sport involving the use of balls, of course. Here we have 3 categories: ball only, ball and a stick or bat, and ball over the net. Basketball, soccer, bowling, football, paddleball, and handball are some of the games of the ball-only category, while golf, field hockey, lacrosse, billiards, and softball use the ball and the bat. And then you have the golf club. In table and lawn tennis, badminton, water polo, pickleball, and volleyball, the ball is played over a net.
Well, strength and combat sports. Strength and combat sports are sports that involve strength and fighting. Some examples of sports that are strength-based include bodybuilding, weightlifting, and powerlifting. Meanwhile, some examples of combat sports are boxing, ultimate fighting, wrestling, and the ancient martial arts such as jiu-jitsu, karate, and taekwondo. Kendo and fencing are examples of combat sports that allow and use weapons.
So I would have liked to finish taekwondo, but then I got involved in
other type of
in
sports.
dating.
Sports dating.
And then we have endurance and track sports. Under the track sports are the marathons, sprints, relays, long jump and high jump, javelin throwing, pole vault, and discus throwing that can be played either by a single person or by a team. Mountain biking, road cycling, BMX biking, track cycling, and cyclocross are included in the track sports as well. Well, I'm only up to MET 7 according to my cardiologist.
Okay.
With endurance sports, the duathlon, which consists of biking and running, is an example of this type of sport. And then you have the triathlons, and then the decathlon, which consists of running, long jump and high jump, hurdling, throwing, such as javelin throw, discus throw, and shot put. It's under endurance sports as well. Only a few people can do this and survive.
Yes, they are really good in enduring all those tasks, those activities. Well, another one is water, snow, and ice sports.
We don't have that here.
But if we have
Only
water. Well, we have water.
Yes.
Water, snow, and ice sports are sports that are associated with the elements of water, snow, and ice. Some examples of water sports are swimming, synchronized swimming, diving, wakeboarding, surfing, sailing, and rowing. Some of the sports which can be played on the ice are the popular ice hockey, figure skating, speed skating, and curling. Meanwhile, under the snow sports are snowboarding, skiing, sledding, luge, skeleton and bobsled or bobsleigh, and ski bobbing.
From all those that we have mentioned, I don't think there's a reason why we cannot choose a sport that we can enjoy.
Yeah.
Even ice is being produced in rinks.
Yes, that is
In Manila and
correct.
Cebu, I've seen some.
SM.
Yes, we have. Therefore, we encourage everyone to participate in sports as much and as often as you can. Because in doing so, you don't just enhance your physical health, but also provide relief for your daily stressors.
Yes. Here are some examples on how sports can manage your stress.
Okay, 1. Sports can improve your mood. Definitely. Getting involved in a physical activity, whether playing sports or working out at the gym, taking a brisk walk, doing a physical activity, triggers brain chemicals that make you feel happier and more relaxed. Team sports in particular provide a chance to unwind and engage in a satisfying challenge that improves your fitness. They also provide social benefits. How? By allowing you to connect with teammates and friends in a recreational setting.
Number 2, sports can improve your concentration. Regular physical activity helps keep your mental skills sharp as you age. This includes critical thinking, learning, and using good judgment. Participating in this kind of activity 3 to 5 times a week for at least 30 minutes can provide these mental health benefits.
Sports reduces stress and depression as well. When you are physically active, your mind is distracted from daily stressors, and we have so much of them, especially now during the pandemic. This can help you avoid getting bogged down by negative thoughts. We discussed that in emotional intelligence. Exercise reduces the levels of stress hormones in your body at the same time. It stimulates production of endorphins. These are natural mood lifters that can keep stress and depression at bay. Endorphins may even leave you feeling more relaxed and optimistic after a hard workout.
Sports improve sleep habit. Sports and other forms of physical activity improve the quality of sleep. They do this by helping you fall asleep faster, deepening your sleep. Sleeping better can improve your mental outlook the next day as well as improve your mood. Just be careful not to engage in sports too late in the day. Evening practices within a few hours of bedtime may leave you too energized to sleep.
And you drink coffee plus?
Yes, of course, not good. Maybe early in the morning.
Yes. So those are examples on how participating in sports can help you manage your stress.
Let us check our students' understanding by answering activity 2. For directions, identify the following sports if they are classified as ball sports, combat sports, and track sports.
Okay, well, get ready with your papers and ball pens. You have 30 seconds to do this, and your timer starts now.
Let us give the answers and check if they answered correctly. Here are the answers. How did you do with activity? Did you get it right?
I'm sure they did well. How about you? We hope that you were able to learn from our discussion and encourage you to be involved in sports.
Keep on tuning on to Dunong Aguila Brigada 91.5 FM Radio and FB Live Brigada News. I am Clea Emalbay.
And I am Liza Teresa Toledo.
At your service.